What's going on, guys? It's your boy UCF Jaguar, and a few hours after I finished my Branden Albert video yesterday, the news finally dropped that Julius Thomas was indeed going to be traded to the Dolphins in exchange for a 2017 7th round pick. So if you want to know more about the Branden Albert ordeal, head to my last couple of videos, but in this video I'm going to be talking in lengths about Julius Thomas. So let's get right into it. You can say a lot about Julius Thomas's 2 years with the Jaguars, but to basically sum it all up into one word, it would be disappointing. It was a big deal when we signed this guy because not only was he one of the biggest free agents available on the market, but he was actually the first big signing in the whole Dave Caldwell, Gus Bradley regime. And before Malik Jackson came, he was actually signed the biggest contract in Jacksonville Jaguar history. There was so much excitement around the city when he came. You know, he was out there taking pictures with the fans. He was posting pictures of us two together on social media. But then, unfortunately, he decided to get all fat on us. And this is something I want to clear with Miami Dolphin fans because I was actually browsing around at some of their videos yesterday, and for whatever reason, they think they're going to be getting a good run blocker out of Julius Thomas. But if you think that, then you are sadly mistaken. Now, a lot of Jaguar fans don't know this about Julius Thomas, but there were several circumstances where they literally stopped putting linebackers on him because he was so bad at run blocking. And doing that makes Julius Thomas much worse in the pass game because all of a sudden they have a smaller, lighter, faster guy to cover him. And then from there, Julius Thomas, it's hard for him to get any separation because he's not very fast. A lot of Julius Thomas defenders out there will blame Bortles for his lack of success on the Jaguars. But honestly, I thought he was a whole misfit with our offense because to be a tight end on our team, you have to be able to block. Now, even though I'm saying all these negative things about Julius Thomas, I do think that he will be successful on the Dolphins just because he's pairing back up with Adam Gase, his former offensive coordinator while he was on the Broncos, who helped him get that big contract. I think him and Miami's offense, they really need that red zone threat that he kind of provides. And I also think that he'll be playing with a chip on his shoulder, a chip that wasn't there after the Jaguars paid him that big money. But as a Jaguar fan, you might be wondering what the heck we're going to do to kind of fill that void that he left us. But I think the answer is actually a lot easier than you may think. We can start off by talking about Mercedes Lewis, and I think Mercedes Lewis will have another 2 or 3 good years on the Jaguars. He's a lot like Paul Posluszny, where he's really playing really well toward the end of his career, which is pretty surprising. I also really liked what I saw in Koyak last year. Koyak is a guy that was quietly a part of our 2015 draft class. This was his second year on the Jaguars after spending most of his first season on the practice squad, and he showed a lot of good things when he played last year. I thought he did a pretty decent job at run blocking, but he also provided us with a pretty good option in the pass game, an option that we were originally looking for in Julius Thomas. And we also have Neil Sterling on our roster. Now, I didn't get to watch Neil Sterling too much this season, but he is a pretty big body, and I think he may be pretty good for depth. And if you take an early look at the draft this year, the 2 deepest positions in the draft are running back and tight end. So I could really see us getting a really solid player in that 3rd or 4th round area. But those are my thoughts on the Julius Thomas situation. I'm very happy we were able to get something out of him because I was one of those guys that was wanting to release him before he got that $3 million. But he could be a good player one day, but he was just a complete misfit with what the Jaguars were asking him to do. But as you can see, I'm wearing this Julius Thomas jersey right now. I got his jersey when he first signed because I was really excited about the signing, but it looks like he's going to be joining the rest of my other crappy jerseys. As he ain't on the team no more. But thanks again for watching my video. Let me know what you guys think of the trade and whether or not the Jaguars did good or bad by this. And I'll see you guys in my next video.